If you're an Amazon seller that wants a quick and easy view into your business's profitability insights on a global level as well as an ASIN level, then stay tuned in on this video. In this video, I'll be showing you a super helpful platform called Sellerboard, which gives sellers data on all their costs, inventory levels, alerts from listing changes. It has an autoresponder for sending review requests, and a whole lot more. So if you're in need of a tool for optimizing the operations of your Amazon business, then I highly recommend you keep watching this video. I know of many Amazon sellers that are using 3 to 5 different platforms to give them the same kind of data and functionality that Sellerboard does. So if you're one of those sellers, then Sellerboard could potentially save you a bunch of money on a monthly basis. Now, even though Sellerboard did sponsor this video, they didn't tell me what to say. So I'm being completely honest when I tell you that this tool is extremely helpful for when it comes to understanding your Amazon business's true numbers and profitability. So now let's jump into the video, starting with me telling you who I am. Then I'll share my screen and show you the Sellerboard dashboard. All right, so real quick, if you don't know me, my name is Ian Smith and I run an Amazon creative agency called Evolve Media Agency. At EMA, we completely revamp and refresh Amazon listings by doing top-tier product photo and video shoots that increase PPC ad performance by boosting the product page's conversion rate. We also build out brand story sections, Amazon storefronts, and create off-Amazon marketing funnels. We manage Google search ads, Amazon PPC ads, and even TikTok ads. If you want free access to our Amazon listing checklist, then go to amzchecklist.com. And if you want to book a free consulting call with me where you'll get a free Amazon product listing audit, then go to emaamz.com. So now let's carry on with the video and let me show you the Sellerboard dashboard. So before I start sharing my screen, I wanted to mention that if Sellerboard looks like something you may want to try out, then go to evolvelinks.com/Sellerboard to get a 2-month free trial. All right, so now you should be able to see my screen, and as you can see, we're here in the Sellerboard dashboard. Now, how I got here, because this is actually a demo account, here is the main Sellerboard website right here, and if you just click on demo, you can actually jump into this demo account right here, and you can see all this data, you can play around with it, and you can really get a good idea of how informative this Sellerboard platform is. So starting from the top, let me give you a little tour and overview of this platform. So you have these tabs right here. This is the tiles tab where you can clearly see today, yesterday, month to date, this month, last month. You know, you can see some really good data points here: average cost, gross profit, estimated payout, net profit. And then if you click on more, you can see like a P&L statement of today's numbers. You can see sales and net profit right here, negative $249. So you can literally click on more for all these different time periods and see a quick and easy P&L into month to date or this month or last month and things like that. You can also right here change what these tiles are showing. So you can click here and you can have it say today, yesterday, 7 days, 14 days, 30 days. If you want to get more of a granular look on a shorter time period, you can change the different tiles time frames and things like that, as well as this drop down right here will change your marketplace. So if you're selling in Amazon US and Canada and Mexico and all these different marketplaces, then you can look at the numbers for each individual marketplace. So I think that's really cool. Now below these tiles right here, you can see a breakdown on an ASIN level, and you can see, you can sort by sales by clicking sales right here, and it will descend all of the ASINs on a sales level. Now, right now we're looking at today's numbers, but just to get some bigger numbers in here, let's look at last month's numbers. So I'm going to click on this tile right here, and it's going to change this breakdown down here to show me that last month's sales for this jewelry packaging gift box was about $4,500. So it shows me that, and then I can also create my own little breakdown by copying this ASIN right there, and I can put it into this filter, and you can create like if you don't want to see all these and you just want to see, 3 specific ones that you want to see, you can literally enter those SKUs into here by just pasting that in there and then selecting as many SKUs as you want. Then you can click on filter and it will only show you down here in the bottom area and in the tiles as well, just the numbers for whatever ASINs and SKUs that you actually add into the filter. Okay, so now it's loaded, and as you can see here, today's sales for just this ASIN was $230. Here's a breakdown right here showing you the different columns and ROI, net profit, returns, ads, things like that. You can see yesterday's numbers, month-to-date numbers. So I think that's really cool that you can, use this tiles dashboard to look at different ASINs, and then you can also look down here and see the breakdown. Now, some really cool numbers that I like down here is that it shows you the COGS, your actual cost of goods and how much, your cost is on this individual product, and you can see your actual profit by entering in your COGS. And a really cool thing is that you can actually input your cost of goods on a time period level. So if your cost of goods is changing, let's say the first quarter of the year, it was 75 cents per unit. And then let's say the second quarter of the year, it increases to $1.25 per unit. You can change that and you can input that. And let me show you how to do that. So you're gonna wanna go to the products tab over here. And this is where you actually input in all your products and all of your cost of goods. So right here, if I hover over that, here's where it shows more information in the Sellerboard platform. So as you can see here, it says constant or by period or batch. So if your cost of goods never change, that's awesome. You can just put in a constant, cost of goods, and then that will be fixed. Or you can do it by period or batch, which means that you can change it based on the time period or even based on the batch shipment that you sent in. If this shipment you paid a little bit more than the last shipment, you can literally define this one shipment that was sent into FBA as a specific price, because that's going to obviously change all of your other numbers, like your profitability numbers and your ROI numbers and your ad spend numbers. So it's really cool that you can actually change the time period and the batch of these different inventory shipments that you send into Amazon. All right, so now jumping back to the main dashboard, I want to just show you a couple other things. So they've got this tiles area, which I already showed you, and you can obviously filter down. I'm just going to remove that filter so we can see all of these different ASINs. But a really cool thing that they have are these different tabs. So if you're more of a chart person like me, then you can see here month by month kind of data. So obviously August was our biggest month, and as you can see over the last year, it kind of went up and then it kind of went down. So if I click on August, that's going to give me the data on all these different ASINs for the month of August. And I have, this little basic P&L showing that in August, my net profit was around $25,000. And then you can also just click on all periods, and that will show whatever periods are showing right here, whatever time slots are. Now, again, just like the tiles section, you can add in different SKUs and ASINs right here to filter it down even more down here. And a really cool thing that I really like that shows on all these different tabs is FBA stock. So it shows you right here, days of stock left in FBA inventory. Now, this is based on your average sales velocity, how many sales are happening per day. They will then project out how many days left of stock do you have based on how much inventory you have. So that is really helpful because that tells you, oh man, I've got, 77 days on this one. I've got 0 days of stock left on this one. I need to obviously fill that up. And then this is red because it's showing that it's getting a little bit close right here. Actually, now it's showing in that little drop down right there, little pop-up. It says days of stock left are 6 days. So I'm not sure why it says 21 there. And this one says 39. Days of stock left are 44. Again, that's projected based on your current inventory levels and how much your sales velocity is, how many units you're selling per day. So I think that's a really cool feature. Now, if you wanted to do some record keeping and some long-term, saving of this data past of what Sellerboard actually lets you save, you can click on download this table, save it as an .xls file, and then you can put that in your computer and you can look back on, what did I sell in 2021 of August compared to what the data is showing for 2022 of August. So you can see things like that. You can also change the time frame to show last 12 months, last 3 months, last 30 days. So let's click on last 3 months. We'll filter that down. And now we have a little bit different of a chart here showing the trend of the last 3 months. And then just like the last tab, you can see the different marketplaces. So that is super helpful. So moving on to the next tab, here is your full P&L statement with different months as the columns here. So we can click on December. And when we click on that, that's going to then change this data down here. And we can see here, what are our sales for December? What is units sold, advertising costs, refund costs? I mean, you can see here a lot of different data points on your profitability as your business. And you can kind of look at, okay, my advertising cost was $158 for this last, so far month to date. In January, I spent $410. And in December, I spent $240. So you can see how your advertising is changing. You can see your net profit. I mean, you can see a lot of different data points here, which really tells you how profitable you are, how are things progressing, how are your advertising costs changing, and overall, how are all your costs changing, and how is that changing your actual net profit amount down here on this level right there. Now, just like the other tabs, you can also change the time periods right here and the marketplaces right here. So let's check out the next tab, which is trends. And on the trends tab, you can change your time period. So let's actually change it from 3 months to 12 months. Let's filter that down. You can also filter down by SKU, tags, ASIN, things like that. So that's really cool. So we're looking at 12 months. So that's going to make each column head a month, October, September, August. And you can look at month over month. How did that change? So from August to September, it looks like sales were down about 43%. Then from September to October, it looks like it was down about 14%. So you can kind of see how are things changing over a month level. You have a nice little chart right here where you can see, okay, it looks like, you know, we had a good spike in August and then sales kind of trended off for this particular ASIN. Now that's really cool. You can see on an ASIN level how you're trending and how sales are going. Just a lot of different ways to manipulate the data here in the Sellerboard dashboard, just depending on how you want to see the data. Do you want to see it in a trend little chart like this, or do you want to see it in a full out chart, more of a global level like this? But again, you can see a little chart like this if you just grabbed one of these SKUs. Let's say I grab this jewelry packaging gift box, put it in here into the filter, and then I'll be able to see that chart just based on this one ASIN, which, I mean, there's just so many ways, depending on how you want to interpret your data and how it's best for you to actually see the data. Sellerboard seems like it can accommodate to how you want to interpret the data. So here's the chart for just that one ASIN showing over the last year's period, and then you have a little P&L breakdown for that one specific ASIN. So again, global or ASIN level, go granular with it, or go up in the clouds and really see a lot of ASINs and a lot of, you know, your overall business all at once. Now, if we click right here, FBA stock 1600, if we click that right there, then it's going to give us a deeper dive. It's going to jump us over to the inventory section under the planner section. And we can literally see right here, days left of stock, days until next order is 30 days, adjusted sales velocity units per day. So that was that number I was telling you, know, how many sales per day are you having on average? So it's saying about 21 units per day are being sold. So based on your current inventory level of about 1600, that gives you about 77 days left of inventory. And so you probably need to be working on getting a reorder over, depending on how long it takes you to get from wherever your manufacturing facility is over to Amazon's FBA centers. You know, you want to have that number in mind. Keep in mind how many to figure out what date you need to reorder it to get that inventory back up. And, you know, so you don't want to run out of stock. You definitely don't want to run out of stock when selling on Amazon. So I would definitely say that Sellerboard helps you know your numbers and helps you from not running out of stock, helps you with reordering and making sure that you're profitable, making sure that you're at a good cost of goods and monitoring that, making sure that your net profit is at a place where you need it, looking at your actual cost of advertising, cost of all your costs and expenses and things like that. As much information as you put into Sellerboard, that's the more transparency you're going to get back, because you will need to put in a good amount of your numbers to know your different expenses and things like that. All right, so now we are here in the autoresponder section in the campaigns subsection, and we're looking at some of the campaigns that are actually set up. Now, these are some of those like autoresponder emails that you can send to shoppers, set that up based on which ASIN that they ordered, you know, and different factors like that. So if I click on this one right here, this one is active. If I click on this black gift box, you have a lot of different parameters that you can set. The marketplace, exclude FBM orders if you want, exclude orders with a promo, a promotion on it. You can set the different dates that you want this to actually be running. You can target new and repeat customers. You can click that, send to only repeat customers, send only to new customers, send to both. You can easily select all products if you want to set the campaign to that, or you can select just selected products if you want to only send it for certain products. And then you have message templates down here where you can do some customizing, like message template name, are you happy, sending options, send 2 days after delivery date at X time. So if we click on this, we can further adjust what does that email actually look like, subject line, message text, email, you know, so you can put all that into this message autoresponder, and it will definitely probably scratch that itch and pretty much accomplish everything that you're looking to accomplish with that. So their autoresponder is really cool. Really recommend that you set these up for all products, if not on a specific product level, but definitely having the capability to talk with the customer. That's going to be huge in setting you apart from the other sellers that are out there, as well as getting repeat buyers to come back and buy from you again. Now, the next section and the last section that I want to show you is down here in the alerts area. This is the log subsection, and basically we are looking at the different alerts that you can set up inside the Sellerboard dashboard. So here's the type: FBA fee changed, stock alerts, FBA fee changed. You can see what does that pertain to as far as the actual product. More info, the description, you know, it changed from 185 to 210. If we click on this drop down right here, all alerts, we can actually filter down and look at only the alerts that we really care about. Like maybe we only care about stock alerts. So we can click on that, hit filter, and now we can see the actual ASINs that are running out of stock soon, time to reorder, yes. So you can see things like that. Here's just a quick way to see all the different alerts that we have options for. So negative merchant feedback, buy box lost, number of sellers, SKUs on listing changed, dimensions changed, listing title changed, main image changed, category category change, listing text change, ASIN, lost their parent ASIN, FBA fee change, new parent or child, listing closed, commission changed, brand change. So, I mean, there's a lot. Large order, money back alert, reimbursement possible. So there's definitely a lot of really cool alerts that you can set up that are very helpful for making sure that you're staying in stock, making sure that you have the buy box and your prices where it needs to be and everything like that. So their alerts will definitely come in handy with making sure that you're staying on top of everything that you need to be staying on top of in your Amazon business to stay profitable and stay as high in the revenue as you possibly can. So those are really the main sections of the Sellerboard dashboard that I wanted to cover in this video. Again, if Sellerboard looks awesome to you, I mean, it really looks awesome to me. I mean, this is some great transparency and an easy way to view the data. Just would be extremely helpful for any Amazon seller out there that has multiple ASINs that need a good amount of monitoring. So again, if you want to get 2 months for free, go to evolvelinks.com/sellerboard. If you go there, instead of the 1 month offering that they offer on their website right here, get 1 month free, you will actually get 2 months free with that specific link. So use that link, play around with Sellerboard. Again, if you want to just play around and not have to set up all of your data and just look at their demo account, you can go right here to their demo account and just jump into this, dashboard area right here. This is all their demo account, as you can see right here. Click around, click different things, play with the data, and I mean, it's extremely helpful. So thank you for watching this video. Again, if you want to reach out to me and get a free listing audit, go to emaamz.com, and we have a free Amazon listing checklist. Go to amzchecklist.com if you want to get access to that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.